You know what time it is. Welcome to Great Table Talk. Childhood friends coming together to make a difference in our everyday community. Enjoy this week's episode. I want to take a few minutes because I have some questions from not your parents, but parents of teenagers and young adults that I want to ask you guys. But I want to give you all an opportunity to write down any question, and this is strictly anonymous. We're going to have a discussion in an open forum. Is that all right? Any question. We can talk about peer pressure, we could talk about drugs, we could talk about religion, we could talk about Christianity, there's a difference. We could talk about, what else? What else I said? The culture.
Sexual activity.
It's really making me feel a certain kind of way by you saying this.
We can talk about that already.
We can talk about any and everything. So I'm gonna give you all a few minutes. Pass those index cards around. And while you all are doing that, I just want to give you a backdrop. The birth of Teen Talk came from teenagers DMing me different questions that they didn't really want their mom to know, but they really wanted to have an honest answer about. So it came to asking about sex, drugs. Can I be saved and still twerk? I mean, really, these are real questions. Can I be saved and go to a club? Why am I convicted when this happened? And we talked about, I had one DM me about suicide. Did it mean that they were going to go to hell? And she was in a dark place. So, any question that you may have. If you don't want nobody to see you, what question you're writing down, you can probably go to another table if you want to. And when you write the question, fold up the index card. There's no question that is crazy, silly. Well, there may be some that be. But we're going to make sure that we are respectful of the questions and even the answers that are given, all right? All right, deal.
All right, the first one is, how can I control my attitude and overreact in the situations?
How can you control your attitude and not overreact in situations?
Yeah, not overreact.
Does anybody have any suggestions?
You gotta breathe.
I think it depends on the situation. Like, some stuff not working, so you just gotta really ignore it. Like, you gotta have that mindset. Like, it's not working.
Right.
Well, personally for me, like my little sister, like we close in age, and like sometimes like she can get on my nerves, but like right now I'm learning to deal with my own personal reactions. So I'm like centering myself with my Eric Boduism. So it's like sometimes I just need to get a window seat and let nobody sit next to me.
Girl,
you know what I'm saying? Like they understand me. Like, yes.
You need to get her that hair. Just to make sense.
But yeah.
I was just gonna say, I notice a lot, like as I'm getting older, I notice a lot of people don't think before they say stuff. So I would say, just think about stuff before you say it because you can't take it back.
That's so true.
Words mean a lot.
That's so true. That's so true. So that was a pretty good question. What's the next one?
Why do people smoke weed?
I can't answer why most people smoke. I must be honest with you. You all are in a generation that y'all are faced with so much. You all are faced with weed. Like back in the days, it used to be just weed for us. Like with y'all, it probably 40s. It was weed in 40s. And exactly. There's a 40 ounce of the cheapest beer. That I guess the person used to drink. That's what that. But now y'all have pills, and there's so many types of weed. There's red, Kush, purple. My bad. Purple, Kush. There's so many. And y'all drinking cough syrup. Y'all forced with a lot of stuff, you know. So I can't answer why people smoke weed, but I can tell you one thing. Oftentimes, when a person becomes addicted to something, you can just correct me if I'm wrong, and it can be anything. It's because of a deeper issue.
He's got hard drugs.
It's because of a deeper issue. So anybody who, just like if somebody drank, I wouldn't say that they're alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? But I would certainly say if somebody becomes addicted to anything, it's because of a deeper issue. It could be because of hurt, pain, trying to mask a deeper issue. So I don't know why somebody smoke weed. They need to know why they do things. I think that probably.
But I had to counteract that because like I
Why
have
is she answering that?
no, because somebody said why people smoke weed. I have a manager that he went on a cruise one time and he didn't even smoke cigarettes. But like everybody else was doing it, he wanted to have fun. So he started smoking it on the cruise. Yeah, I don't know why. Don't know why. And he was like, when he got off the cruise, he was like, I thought I was over and done with it. But he was like, then it started becoming addictive because it used to be his like relaxer. Like if he's dealing with something like real stressful, he'd just go to that cigarette. So I guess that could be the same way with weed. Like, you know,
Could be.
man, let me smoke that one time.
I mean, I know because a lot of people only do it socially.
Yeah. Could be.
They just like the feeling of it.
Yeah. Hey, you're right. It could be. Yeah. Anybody have anything, any additives to that?
I think a lot of people, young kids, start smoking because they see people on TV
Ah.
and they thinking, oh, this person does it. If I could do it, and I maybe can emulate the lifestyle that they have.
Right.
In all actuality, all of our minds work differently. So
Right.
We have different reactions to it.
Right. So that's true. Social media and videos alone get you thinking. Somebody a 15-second video, you look like they having the best time of their life.
And they could be really miserable.
And really miserable. Right. Right. So, true story. I was at the on a cruise one time, speaking of cruises, and I was in the club in the cruise, and people was just like video chatting. You know how you like you saw them going around and bobbing their head and stuff. So after they did it for 15 seconds, you saw them, and it was so bored. I'm like, oh, for 15 seconds you make it seem like you rolling, and it was just the weirdest thing. So, what's the next question?
Next one. Why do parents run their mouth to other family members and judge you when you ask them for advice?
That sounds like one of my kids wrote that question.
Oh,
That sounds
I swear it wasn't me.
very personal. That was you.
That wasn't me.
Read one more time, you know, my ADD kicked in.
Why do parents run their mouth to other family members and judge you when you ask them for advice?
Wow, that's so crazy. She said it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Oh, well,
That is so crazy.
we just had this talk.
this
We just had this
conversation.
talk. That's why I thought it was one of my kids. Okay, here's the thing. I do believe it takes a village, right? Like my sister. I talk from, I need somebody to gossip about my kids. Like, let me tell you about what little Raheem did this. You get what I'm saying? I need a de-stressor. I need, sometimes, because parents don't have all the answers. So sometimes we need to hear from somebody else that can give us some insight. That may be one of the reasons. We may need to vent in a safe environment. That may be another reason parents run their mouths. I mean, it's different reasons.
Like, I know I'm saying everything, but like, we literally just had this conversation like last week. So whoever like wrote that question, like, I feel like I can feel you because, like, my mom just said, like, she's really close to like majority of our family, and like they tend to, confide in one another. But it's weird for you being the person that they're talking about when you get in that family environment. Like, oh my God, did she think bad of me, or like, I don't know if I'm smiling too much. Maybe she think I'm just faking the phone. Like, you know what I mean? So I can sense what they're talking about because as a kid, you don't want your parent to like spread, maybe your bad decisions to your family members and they'll judge you for it.
How does that make you feel when your mom or dad is talking about you to a family member?
I can't relate. But I think they mean like the person put them down. Like, you know how your mom wants you to tell them everything? And like some people don't do that because their mom would be like, oh, why would you do that? You thought that was okay. Like they'll put them down about the choices they make. Or like they'll just be like, that was dumb. Like stuff like that. I think that's what the person did.
Okay, what you said? Somebody's minding business? What you said?
Minding business.
The family member to mind their business?
But I just got over an argument with my mama about something like pertaining to the judging thing, and I just told her like it was an argument because I let her know that growing up, it'd be hard to tell her things because the tone she has around certain things that if you tell her, it's gonna make you feel bad about it. So I mean, I think it's just how it's perceived, not necessarily. You may not want to come off as judgmental, but the way you make your child feel about it.
But that's a really great thing that you said. I have a kid. You want to add something before? No. I have a kid, my oldest kid. She's a junior at Southeastern, and her and I had this talk recently as well. Because we as parents, we don't have all the answers. Y'all sometimes think we have all the answers, don't we? I mean, we give a good facade like we got it all together, and we trying to figure this thing out. So sometimes we may talk in a judgmental tone or even act a certain way that's not really in the best favor of our relationship. Just tell us. You get what I'm saying? I promise you, if you like the maturity, just tell us. We will restructure and massage how we deliver it. Because I have 3 kids, and I promise you, I do not parent each of them the same way because they're so different. And I learned that the hard way. So.
I wish I was a kid. She still get whooping. I get punished.
I wish I get whooping.
I wish I got whooping. Because you get it over with, be about 3 minutes, but you ain't punished no more.
Remember she ain't put me on the
Yeah.
spot.
And you know they speaking syllables when they whip you.
All right, relax.
There's 2 questions on it. The first one is listening to rap music besides gospel with cursing a sin? The second question, what does being selfish really means?
Okay, well, let's address the first question. I cannot tell you about the rules that's in your household. So let me make that. I cannot tell them about the rules that's in their house. You got that? That's my disciples. I personally think anything that you entertain more has the most influence over your life. Does that make sense? Anything you entertain more has the most influence over your life. If you everybody tends to put their inner gospel. Gossip, right? But if you're doing that more than you are praying, uplifting, and talking positive and walking positive, that's what has the most grip on you. The same thing with the rap. I can't say that you can't listen to rap because you will go to hell or anything. What's the first question?
Is it a sin?
Is it a sin? I can't. But if you feel like you're listening to something or doing something that takes that conviction, that you're desensitized, that's a problem. I think it's a problem. I think listening to gospel music all the time that could be something, because you need balance in your life. Does that make sense? Like your car has several different parts and they all work together. If you just put gas in it, but you never change your tires or put air in your tires, is the car gonna go after a while? You're probably gonna get a flat. So you get what I'm saying? You have to have balance in your life. So no, I personally do not believe that rap is sin, but I do believe whatever the person is rapping about, if that's consuming you, it takes a seed. You get what I'm saying? It takes only a seed to reap something. So if something is being reaped in your life that's contradictory to what you believe and what your moral compass is, you have to answer that question. I can't answer that for you. And you all are old enough to know better. Just like people you hang around, same thing. You can listen to gospel music all day, but if you always hang around somebody who's complaining and murmuring and gossiping, that's just as bad. You want to add anything?
Yeah, it's just basically the context that you take it. You can hear it, but if you don't go out reacting it and cursing people out or living a foul way, then yeah, that's basically on the sin side. But if just hearing it, as long as you don't, like she said, consume you, then you're fine.
Cause that Cardi B song with the bloody shoes, I said that's my jam. Cause I can't be working out in the gym to no, Kurt Franklin was cool one time. I had so many songs you can listen to. and the next one was it?
What does being selfish really mean?
Oh, I want y'all to answer this. What does being selfish really mean? Answer it for me.
Selfish to me is like if somebody asks for something, you tell them no. I don't really know how to answer this question.
You started off good, so don't want you to get discouraged. You right. Somebody asks you something and you tell them no.
Somebody asks you something, you say no. You don't answer them. Something like that.
Because of your own selfish reasons, huh?
Yeah.
That's right. Anybody else? Oh, I got a whole bunch of selfish people like I don't want to speak on it.
So like more or less put yourself in how you feel about the situation first, like regardless of what it can do to anybody else, I can make anybody else. You put yourself first. Like you don't care about what they say, how they feel, what it does to anybody else. It's all about you.
Perfect. Anybody want to add to that? Not you. We don't want you to add.
I told y'all I'm on my Aerosmith.
Yeah, that's right. Selfish is definitely something that you do to benefit yourself. Like she said, not caring about anything or anybody else. I was watching this video recently. This woman was picketing, and this other woman walked up to the woman, grabbed her sign, tore it up. No, like literally violently grabbed her sign and tore up the signs. So the woman pushed the woman that tore up her sign down. And the woman called the cops on the woman who pushed her down. Like, what? You know, now that's an outward thing of what, and I know it's kind of difficult, I want you all to tie this in. It's an outward look at like what selfishness is. No matter what I do, don't you respond to me in the way that I do you. Like if I'm selfish to you, I can be selfish to you all, but if you are that way to me, I'm feeling a certain kind of way. So consider others.
Okay, but I just want to say to me, selfishness is if you have the power to help somebody and you don't help them, that's selfish. You know
Or
what
if
I
you
mean?
do something just to benefit yourself.
If you're only thinking about self,
Mhm.
the key word, if you're only thinking about yourself, that's pretty selfish.
Like, I'm feeding the hungry. Y'all see this?
Right.
How does it feel to be poor right now? Next question.
Next question is, what is the proper age to set a standard?
That's a good one. What is a proper age to set a standard?
What do you mean by like
I got one.
Go ahead.
You could set a standard for any age, but when you really want to start setting a standard, like when you starting to go off to college, are you getting like, are you in high school? You can still set, are you becoming independent?
I like what he said. He said you can set a standard at any age. But pretty much when you go to college, you know, any standards may change.
I feel like you should set a standard when you know exactly what you want in life, like nothing less, nothing more. Say.
You got adults right now. They've been to college, had kids, married, whatever,
Still.
and still don't have, you know. So yeah, but they still don't know what they want, and what you want may change. But your baseline is your standard.
Say.
Let's just talk about a standard real quick, because I think this is a great place to kind of stop at and address. Would all of you say that you have standards right now? Everybody who has standards, raise their hand. Okay.
Everybody's figuring out.
Everybody figuring out their standard, raise your hand.
I'm winging it right now.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Like I feel like your standards should always change. Like the more you grow and improve, the higher you should raise your standards. Your standards should always raise. Like, and you should always start them at a young age. Like, you know, when you young, you should be able to, like, before you go to elementary school, like preschool, like, you know, I want you to know how to say your ABCs and 1, 2, 3. You ain't gotta write them, but you know, by the time
Right.
you get to kindergarten, that's your next standard.
That is
Set it up.
perfect.
That is.
That is great.
And as you grow,
See,
like even when you become
that's
an
right.
adult, like when I make 30, it's like my standard is to like retire.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Wait, hold on.
Your
She said
There it is.
30.
You lost.
That's my 30. Is it 30 or 40?
Get her standards.
Hello, I'm still paying salary man. I'm almost 40. But anyway.
Standards should always be raised as you get older and improve,
Absolutely.
improve in whatever you're doing.
Absolutely.
But like, do you, like, as an adult, like personally, do y'all ever compromise y'all standards? Like when y'all was dating, like before you met dad and everything, like, did y'all ever compromise
Like lower
y'all?
them a little bit.
Yeah, like a compromise.
That's what I was thinking.
Just because it looked good, like looked like Denzel personally.
That's
You know,
a
it looked like Michael B. Jordan.
That's a
you know?
good one.
Yeah. Okay, well that is why I said this is a great place to stop at and have a discussion about. It is important to have standards at any age, like y'all said. However, it is equally as important to continue to remind yourself of what your standards are, because if you don't know what your standards are, if you're not concrete on what your standards are, the Bible says a little leaven leavens the lump. And people are like, well, he cute, but he do cuss a lot. You get what I'm saying? When you know every time somebody cussing, it makes you feel a certain kind of way. But then you be like, okay, well then you get kind of used to him cursing. You get what I'm saying? Like your standards have to start. Like for instance, oh he cute, but he only had one kid. He said he get along with his baby mama. That's when you lower your standards, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yes, and again, you always have to kind of see what your standards are, right? If you know your standards are you know, never to give yourself before you get married or give yourself before time, don't compromise those standards by being with Raheem. Raheem, let me just say y'all, Raheem is my fictitious name. Any guy, his name gonna be Raheem. And you know, and any girl, her name gonna be Tiffany or Stephanie. So Tiffany, Stephanie, and Raheem, just know I'm not.
was my first boyfriend in elementary.
It just so happened to be, So, I said it to say, you have to have a standard, because if you kind of dance on that standard, you'll realize that that little leaven, the whole lump, you probably want to add some more to that.
I feel like if you lower your standards, it never work out in the end, and you always gonna regret it.
Facts.
Like from
Yeah,
personal
that is-
experiences, try.
Yeah, from personal experiences, I mean, sometimes you stray away from your standards and you go through a little rough patch in life, but as long as you find a way to bounce back, to get to those standards, and keep every day trying to be better than you were the day before, then you'll be fine.
Fellas, do y'all have standards?
It's easy to set standards, but following those standards
Yes.
Right.
is the hard part.
That is.
Mama,
Especially
I know, right?
All right.
Yeah. But she have 3 kids by 3 different baby
then I feel
daddies.
like once you lower them one, you just keep going.
That's true.
Last time I only
I'm-
did this.
Yeah.
The next time you go lower and lower.
All right.
You never exceed the first thing that you ever said.
That's right. And it's easy, it's a slippery slope.
Right.
I said, well, I'm not gonna, you know, before I get married. And me and Raheem was, you know, I'm just gonna hug Raheem. I'm gonna hold Raheem hand for a little bit. You know, it always starts that little bit.
Why does it seem like parents don't teach their children the same way like when they were growing up?
Because
Because it's a different
it's a
world.
new world.
Because back then, parents would lay some hands on you easily.
Facts.
And now, you can't really do that because you get in trouble.
Yeah, that's right, you're right. But I want y'all to know this, if my kids ever call the cops or CPS on me, CPS, y'all come get them. Y'all go with the nice lady. Go ahead, honey.
I feel like I don't know about y'all, but me, I feel like I'm not raising my children like my mama.
I'm not even.
Like nothing wrong with what she did, but like I see flaws. Like
Yeah.
they probably had the same mindset like we have.
Mhm.
I also
That's true.
agree with her. Like, I don't see it's necessarily a bad thing
Yeah.
because, I mean, I'm from a mental health standpoint. That's what my mind is to.
Mhm.
I know a lot of older people just suffer with their mental illness, but I feel like our generation is, you know, taking parenting steps to, you know, initiate treatment and like prevent some of these things that they live with from day to day that they never address.
That's true, that's very true.
I don't mind. This was my question because, like, I work in a hospital, and a lot of times when younger kids come in, and I've seen this a lot within like the last month or so, they're all coming in saying that they want to commit suicide, and they're like young kids, and they're like, I'm being bullied by this and that, and I just feel like a lot of them like are not being taught. Like when I was young, my self-esteem was always built up, like all types of stuff, and I just feel like these children are having the same type of things to build their self-esteem up or have them used to it because they're being called fat or they don't like this or that. And like I know, like I've always made, my nose was always made fun of, but like, you know, do you think it's 'cause
Yeah,
of
that-
social media?
I mean, social media probably does
The
play a part
culture,
in it.
yeah.
But I feel like-
it contributes to
But I also feel like that it does, but I kind of feel like, you know, as parents, like some of them notice it and some of them don't. But like you should pay attention to your kids more, or like they bring it to you. Like you should try to teach them. Like or even if they don't bring it up, like you see signs of them being like different, you should try to address it. Or even if like you don't see it every day, like you should try to build your child's standards up to high. Because it's sad seeing 9, 10, 11-year-olds sitting in a hospital all night.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
I want to add on to what she was saying about the suicide thing. Like the culture right now, like is dealing with suicide. Like the songs that they making right now,
Yeah.
is dealing with suicide.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's what's making the kids want to commit suicide.
That's music plays a lot,
Where do y'all,
you know.
where do
And
y'all
it's
hear
social
all
media
this stuff
too.
from? Like y'all are 12 and 9 and 8. Like where do y'all hear this stuff from?
Yeah, you.
Like, where do you just come out of nowhere? I want to kill myself or go kill yourself. Like where do
Right.
y'all hear this from? Like, that's
Right.
not cool. At all.
It's definitely like these days. I mean, remember that was Sean Kingston back in the
Oh,
day?
yeah.
He had this, suicide, so I forgot what it was. And then now it's like 7 songs on the radio right now. Post Malone, I think his whole album
Yeah.
is about, him
Don't
taking
get me
himself
wrong,
out.
that's my dude.
She don't know what
I mean, Post Malone, he had one song, I was like, okay, but then I said, wait, Post Malone got a lot going on, but you certainly right about the music.
I do hurt.
I'll be hurt.
Somebody call me.
But I want to add up to, what's your name?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, I love your mindset, girl. Like, I really do. But I want to add on to what you said about the bullying thing. Personally, like, I don't know who I was talking to. I was talking to one of my friends about this. But personally, I feel like bullying in schools, it really doesn't happen in front of your face. Because it's like, it's more modernized to where it's like social media
Group chat.
or it's like, but listen, back in the day, y'all probably like gave kids wedgies and stuff. But like now it's almost serious. It's almost serious. You don't do that in high school. People don't ask for much money and stuff no more. But
They go
yeah, they go
extreme.
tweet about you, you know what I'm saying? And then they don't pass them. But anyways, I think that when they are dealing with it, parents oftentimes, because some of them, most of your parents probably old school, because my parents are old school, and a lot of times they don't know how to deal with, social media. They don't know how to keep you and shield you from seeing what you call your entertainment and what your friends are on, And it's like a lot of times, like, I don't know, I used to get picked on because of my forehead. I still do. But I still look in the mirror. But listen, but this is the way to counteract this. It's like if you go in the mirror every day in front of the mirror and be like, man, my forehead beautiful. Or like, man, that gap in my teeth, that's my gap. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna begin to believe that, and people are gonna begin to like treat you different because they see that aura off of you.
Right,
You know what I mean?
and that's a great part of it too.
Yeah.
Mental health is very near and dear to my heart. I'm a firm believer in therapy. I'm a firm believer in talking some things out. I'm a firm believer in equipping yourself with the tools that you need to make sure that you get over whatever hump that you're going through. I think now is a real prevalent time for parents to become aware of certain things to look for, certain signs to look for. Because a depressed person just don't look a certain kind of way. Right, they don't look depressed. I can tell you a lot of these people who something on the gram, Snapchat, whatever y'all do, they have deeper issues because they're looking for likes and clicks or whatever. So I want you all to know this. If you're ever dealing with a situation, tell somebody. Talk to your mom. Talk to your dad. Talk to your counselor at school. I want you all to understand that everybody has a right to feel the way that they feel. Happy, sad, mad, glad, angry. But if you're there too long, if you're in a dark place too long, throw a flag on the plate. Because I'm telling you, mental health is mental health at its best capacity is an awesome thing. You get what I'm saying? And just because I say mental health does not mean I'm depressed. I have AD, BD, CH, HIJK. It don't mean none of that. Or it could mean it. You get what I'm saying? Mental health is just that. You go to the gym to work out to what? I mean, I was going to work out to look like Serena, but that didn't work out. But what I'm saying is, you go to feel better and see the results. Same thing for your mind. Sometimes you just can't get that by where you at in the classroom or where you at home. Throw a flag on the plate. I'll give y'all my Instagram, my phone number. If you ever want to talk, let's do that. And in this generation now, y'all are willing to talk to somebody. That wasn't popular back in the day. You told Momo or Nana, I'm depressed. She said, you better go sit your you don't be all right, go follow them clothes. So talk to somebody. Bullying is wrong, but at the end of the day, I want you all to know that your life matters. Your life is not going, if you're not here, it's not going to make your family feel awesome. You get what I'm saying? You matter. How you feel matter. All right?
I also want to say,
I think that like nowadays, like people throw the word around like for anything though. Like somebody be like, oh, I'm depressed, but they really not. Like they're just sad, or like, oh, I'm crazy,
Yeah.
but they not. Like
Right.
stuff like that.
Like they use the terms too.
This is true. Cause I'm
Like they
so,
try to
yeah.
diagnose themselves.
Yeah.
Real people, they gonna kill themselves knowing.
Yeah.
Like
That's
they
right.
give you attention.
Yeah.
But you'll realize after you eat that white jacket, you be like, man, I shouldn't have said that. You walk in the airport, talking about, I got a bomb. You get thrown out there so bad. So yeah, you're right. And I have a family full of guys, like when I'm talking about my age, like my brothers and cousins are all guys. That's why God blessed me with 3 girls. He had a sense of humor. and saying that, when they used to go through these relationships, they'd be like, man, that girl crazy. After you done with her, she crazy. No, not. She wasn't crazy before, but now she crazy. Y'all know how y'all, but that girl crazy. She wasn't crazy. Yeah. They make me crazy. I want to be outside your house at midnight. They got me out here looking at food. What's the next question?
What is wrong with dating?
What's wrong with it? God.
Where do I
They make us crazy. I don't know what that question means, because that's such an open-ended question.
Can I just say that?
Oh,
It's,
Lord.
come on, Mama. This is a really good question. How often do y'all have a guy come up to you and be like, "You look really beautiful today. Can I take you out for some coffee?" TV is not real. I cried to her the other day because I was watching Netflix.
That's the 90s
Yeah, you
love.
slide your DM.
That's the 90s love.
Have you ever been on bourbon?
I've been on bourbon with my mama, but I'm sorry.
Don't
It was
put me
my
in that
oldest
water.
sister's 21st
No.
birthday.
It's okay to go out there with your
Well,
mama. Don't say you went out
yeah,
there without
yeah,
her. Not
yeah.
yet. Right.
But she was only out there with me because my daughter turned 21 and I happened to bring me.
When I
That's
said
okay.
this was my mom walking, this was me right behind her. Because I was so scared.
That's okay.
I
Right out
ain't
there
mad at
with
that.
It's different when you out there by yourself.
Right.
And everybody just talking on fake.
Yeah, they don't even tell me that. They just be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Look, I was out there one time, somebody was like, say elbow. I think it's the point to stop acknowledging people be like, say girl, or you gonna act bad like that? I just keep walking like, I ain't want you anyway.
That's not how you
Ugly like
I
that.
think the reason why a lot of guys are that way is because they never had no one to teach them. Like myself,
Yeah.
I'm old school. Like I open the door for my wife. I bring her plate. I tell her she's beautiful every day. But if these guys don't have an in that's teaching them that, then they're seeing what they see on TV, and then therefore they think that's cool. And in all actuality, it's not, because you ladies are human beings, and you should be respected. And you should demand that respect.
Right. I mean, do you guys, like, how do you approach a girl these days? You slide in her DMs? Hey, shorty, you bad.
No, they sit their friend and be like, my dude over there.
And they in the background like this.
He can't talk.
Great.
Oh,
When I was coming up there, it's like, maybe we can just, it didn't change much, maybe we can go and chill. What does chilling entail?
Now it's Netflix and chill.
Not Netflix chill, but we can go and chill, you know. What does chill mean?
Right.
I mean, I can come by your house, you can come by mine, do what?
Right.
The more you have them talking, like, never mind, like, you right.
But it's also what you allow. Like if you, it's how
That's
you allow
the
them to
the
treat you.
standards, right, right. And your standards should be, no matter if he's, looking like, I don't know, who's the guy that,
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, if he,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
if he doesn't match up, you can't put a square, what you call it,
Square in or
into a
something.
round peg. It don't work.
But you know, sometimes you gotta like drop your standards.
That's it right there.
So, like, you
But
can't
he's
be looking
fine
for a
though.
10, right?
He can't
You gotta
read,
go
but
to a
he's
6.
fine. He can't read. He's fine. He's customized.
Man, get you a nice personality. You can compromise on looks, but you can't compromise on personality.
You can't compromise a personality. I promise you can't.
Just ain't look at it.
Next one is. Next one is, did God and Jesus get into your heart and inspire you?
Okay, one more time.
It says,
I just sound like it could be one of mine.
did God and Jesus get into your heart and inspire you?
Yeah, we're gonna put that one to the side, and we need to reword that question. You going to the Jesus call you? Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know what that one really means.
Whoever.
Yeah.
How can I be a better worshiper?
That's a good question. Y'all wanna answer that? Anybody?
I think we need to first get away from the concept that worshiping just includes singing and
Going to church.
going to church. Like, you can worship in any way you want to. You can dance. If your worship is through rapping to God, then you do that. Like, don't just do what you used to say.
I can't say it
I
any
feel
better.
like I feel like everybody worship different. Like it's not gonna be the same as somebody else. 'Cause it's a different.
I got something.
Good.
I think by giving thanks to my mom told me to.
Hold on, y'all. No, hold
Like
on.
it's a difference.
Wait, hold on, baby. Go ahead.
I think by giving thanks, because my mom told me to do this a lot, like especially in volleyball. Like she said, just say if you make it over the net or you pass or set it good, she said like give thanks to God, something like that, to just feel like you appreciate it.
Yeah. That's good. See?
They got different versions. They could now these days they got the devil worshipers. They got
That's true.
That's true.
You have, and it's another thing. You have guys and girls who worship Satan, right? And they bold and proud. I don't know if you. Let me tell you something. When y'all in college camp, y'all know y'all probably ran into them. You know, you probably ran into him. You be like, oh my God. You know, I had a professor one time. He was an atheist, and psychology. You know, the one that try to make you like, how do you know God is real? That kind of thing. You know, way before the movies came out. They asked
Alright, you gotta whip that. How you know Satan real?
Yeah.
I want to say, oh, you weren't done?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was
I'm
gonna
looking at
say,
you.
I don't want to be controversial or nothing, but not every atheist is Satan worship. They just
No, you're right. That's
Yeah, they
right.
like
don't know. They don't know. if
They don't
there's
believe in
proof
God.
of-
Right.
They,
Right.
A lot of some
neutral.
of them don't. Some of them are actually Episcopal, and they don't know if there's proof of God. Like you can even prove that. So not all of them.
That's
are
correct.
Satan.
I'm sorry that I made that seem. I had a professor who was an atheist, but in that same class of that professor that I was in, that psychology class, we also had Satanists in there. So he let people lead, you know, talk about their beliefs and explain why they believe that way. So when he got to the Satanists, he was, my point of saying that story was he was more bold than the Christians. And I'm talking about Christians collectively. The Seventh-day Adventists, the, non-denomination, the Catholic, all of us was in there like, you get what I'm saying? So I say that to say is, anything that you really sold out on, you're gonna be bold about.
Yeah.
Just like when you know you're wearing that outfit that you're not supposed to wear, and your mama told you not to wear, but you walk out there after you get from around and you all bold with it. That's the same way it needs to be when it comes to your creator. Whoever your creator is. I'm just saying go all the way. And I love Jesus. Personally, that's who I love. But go all the way, be bold. I'm just saying that.
So I had watched a video. So God.
You
had,
too, huh?
Yeah. So God had allowed this person who was dreaming to go to hell, and while he was in hell, he met like a witch. She was like, she did witchcraft and she worshipped Satan, and then she was telling him go tell out the word that God told you, because whatever Satan is telling you is nothing real. Don't believe him at all, because it will bring you down to hell. Like she was telling him a whole bunch
The
of
video got your attention, didn't it?
Mhm.
I remember that video.
I watched
I
those
remember that
videos.
video.
I didn't see
Yeah.
that one. I saw other ones, not that one.
But not to move away from not to move away from the question, but worship is just that. It could be song, dance, rap, just that appreciation from heart. And if you don't know how, just start off by saying thank you, God, for waking me up. Thank you.
Yeah, and you gotta remember to thank him for the good and the bad.
Absolutely. Because don't forget that God will use everything. Romans 8:28, he will use all things for the good of those who are called by Christ Jesus and called according to his glory. I didn't mess that one up. And I'm a preacher's kid. I don't understand that.
And what scared me in that video, because he saw people that the demons, at first the demons would trick them, and then they would tear the inside up and laugh at them and stuff like that, and they would tear the inside.
Yes,
Like,
I don't have time to be going to hell. I just don't. I mean, and again, y'all in the generation like I want to see it. Like, no, y'all in the whole generation. I want to see it first. I believe you.
I feel because I used to be like that, and then went to sleep, I was like, you know what? Don't visit me in my dream, cause I'm gonna get scared.
For real. Oh, you want to see
I don't need nobody to be like, hey.
I'll be creeped out like.
If you were a parent, I mean, y'all, if you were a parent in today's society, what are some things you would do the same, and what are some things that you would do differently, and why?
I think they're different. Like different, I wouldn't really. Like when I'm talking to my child, I'm not gonna scream at them because when I get screamed at, I don't want to listen to because they're screaming at. Like it's type of the tone of voice you use. But parents seem like just because you're my parent, you think they can talk to you like any kind of way. But you're my parent and I'm a child, so you still show respect. So the type of tone, I guess.
I'm still working on it. Don't look at me hard. Because I felt that you want the daggers.
No, my mom did that also. Like, I don't like that. Like, why are you screaming? Like, I'm still understand.
Well, you acting like, okay,
Screaming
I'm
at
at the defend parents work. I just can't sit here and just, I'm not gonna be sitting here and taking this. We will tell you once, look, Shaniqua, Tiffany, Stephanie, don't do that. They still do it. Stephanie, Tiffany, Shaniqua, don't do that. Didn't I tell you not to do that? That's how it goes. So I doubt if your mama just gonna automatically scream at you. Just, it's probably gonna be something that's built up. You get what I'm saying over time. Not saying that it's right. You get what I'm saying? I know personally, I talk, I'm passionate. So y'all know how loud I am. I'm loud. You get what I'm saying? Now if you I don't do well with the rolling of the eyes, it's something totally different. This is no therapy session. I go to therapy. But you know, I get in your face, be like, didn't I tell you? So I don't think all parents, but again, I'm learning. What's some things you do the same, some things you do differently?
I'm gonna try to like actually communicate and understand like where my child coming from. Cause like I'm not grown. Oh my God. She do. Like for real. Like if she'll like we'll get into it. Like I really like ignore her because like that's my grandma. So I'm not gonna go back and forth with her and be disrespectful. But like she'll just keep going at it, like going at it. And then she'll start saying stuff like that don't make sense. And when I try to like explain myself, she'll like, don't talk back to me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, don't be like they think me disrespectful.
Yeah, whatever that is the generation.
My grandma used to tear us up before I started.
Because they're from a generation of, number one, if we tell you not to do nothing, like y'all generation, y'all like, why? Why? Why?
Nah,
Back
but I
then you
really
can't
be
ask why.
chilling. I could be just sitting on the couch. Ask them. And she'll like just start talking about something. I can be chilling. I might even be way at home. She gonna call me. I'm like, I want to get
It happens. What's that,
I
baby?
got something to say. Okay, so get into an argument, and 10 minutes later they still talking about it.
A week later.
Bro, it's like y'all really
You got another 10 minutes. And you walk in the kitchen like, you gotta answer me. You remember? I just get water. Go get water another time. Well, that's true. That's facts. What you want to say, honey?
Well, like if someone, like you say, Mama, someone told me this at school, and she'll say, well, did you tell her something back? And you like the person, I mean, you can tell someone, though, but you don't really handle it. Like you're very like, you just look at, like you just don't know how to tell somebody back off.
like that's not your character.
If it's not your
I used to be just like that, and I still struggle with that because I always wanted to be like a people's pleaser, but like you have to like find a backbone. Like you have to like set a line in the sand. Like okay, if this person tell me this, I'm gonna have to be like, hey, I don't appreciate you coming up to me like that. So like set your own personal standard again to what you're not gonna allow. Okay, sweetheart, because
it don't have to be like somebody yelling and biting at you. You don't have to yell and back at them. You know, you can say something really clever.
I mean, you.
I was cool and clever back in the day. I was cool and clever.
Not to say how, because I can be very outspoken sometimes. So I'll just say anything that comes out of my mind, and then I gotta realize, ooh,
I do that also.
You know, back when I was growing up, the worst thing you can say your mama. I got punched in my eye so many times. I'm surprised that it's still in the socket from your mama. and from boys, and they just knock me out. Okay. My cousins. What is your personal? What are your personal feelings about? I'm not saying who having sex. That's not the question I asked. I'm saying, what do you feel about premarital sex? Do you think it's right, wrong, and why?
I can't relate.
That's why grandma was fussing. No?
But I feel like it's gonna happen. I feel like unless you like really like got your mindset on it, and you like not dedicated, it's just like people send everyday beat.
I actually like the concept of it, but then like it's life, so like
Right.
I like the concept of it though. But you never really know what life will bring you.
What do y'all feel about?
I just not
Maddie like, next question go.
I mean, if you want to do it, you can go ahead and do it. I know, like, you know, like you're not supposed to. Like, that's what people are told, but you can't help it sometimes. Like, it just happens. So
It just happened. Well, I mean, speak your truth.
I also look at it like it's a sin, but I thought no sin is greater than the other, so.
Oh,
That,
She played those.
no, that's what that's how I feel like.
I killed somebody or I
No,
asked.
not like that.
Which one you prefer, Daddy?
No, like I said, I like the concept of it.
Okay. Fellas, I want to hear from one of the fellas.
They input.
They so uncomfortable. I don't see name tags and then you know I can't remember all his names. Raheem, what do you feel about it?
wasn't there really right?
What about you, Raheem?
What about you, Brandon?
I just want to know your feelings. Look, this is an open forum. Like, what do you feel about premarital sex?
Let him answer it. I
He been
just
answering
hate
it.
to wait for someone, and then you get married, and then it's not working.
No, I have another.
But how would you know? Because you only been with one. That'd be awesome. Like, oh my God, Raheem was the best.
I also feel like when you wait, it's like better because like y'all really know each other now and all that stuff. So I feel like it's a pro with that one actually.
Okay.
I feel like this.
Y'all got a lot of feelings. I feel like this. I feel.
What's the question again? So I can answer.
How do you feel about premarital sex? What is your stance on premarital sex?
I feel like as long as you're doing it with somebody that listen, don't hear me out.
It's
Listen, I'm
I try to be diplomatic.
I'm trying to answer this as politically as possible. As long as you're doing it with somebody that you genuinely have a connection with, and it's actually more of love rather than lust, I feel like there's some sense of purity in that. Think about it.
Well, I saw a
But
video.
That's the way it's
So
going.
what about if you think you have a connection with this person and then tomorrow your feelings change?
I'm here to tell you.
No, I mean,
Then you
I
respectfully say,
But in America, that can still be the case too. I think that's what she's saying. Like, despite the paper, like it can still be a connection regardless.
it could. But that's kind of go like, the way she worded it kind of made me feel like it's a feeling thing.
Right.
And here's the thing. Now, I'm going to give you the spiritual aspect of it, and I'm going to give you the, how the spiritual ties into physical or part of it. Spiritual aspect of it is this. Anytime you connect with somebody emotionally, physically, etc., there's a spiritual a connection, a soul tie. And I don't want to get too spiritual, but there's a soul tie. And women, we can have soul ties with a guy if he tells us good morning every morning on text message. Then you be like, I think I love him. He did it every day for 3 weeks in a row. He loved me and I love him. Men, on the other hand, they kind of wired a little bit differently. So I'm telling you, beware of those types of connections when you allow somebody to tag your soul and your mind frame in that manner. So that's the spiritual. Go ahead.
Once again, can't believe.
Mhm.
But I be saying like stuff about that, and I don't even know. I feel
What's
like
that?
it's not true.
What's that?
Like when you have sex with somebody, it's like a spiritual connection. I feel like
Listen to me.
feel like it
Let me
is
tell you.
true.
Let me just tell you this. And if you listen, let's just have sex with Raheem. But you kiss Raheem. And you kiss Shaniqua, Tiffany, or Stacey, or Stephanie. And you was digging Stephanie, you know, you ain't do nothing. Like Stephanie, excuse me, Raheem. You have bought Stephanie candy, you text her every morning telling her good morning, beautiful. She replied back, you telling all your boys, Stephanie, come over to you, y'all have lunch together in the cafeteria. She bad, you know, that's big. She bad, and she got your attention, you got her attention. You kissed Stephanie one day, oh Lord, I'm in love with Stephanie, you know, or Raheem. Y'all connected. You see, after you find out Stephanie hollering at Jacob, and you find out Raheem hollering at, you know, Shaniqua, that makes you feel a certain kind of way, right? Yes? Yeah. Like when you think about checking for you, and you spend all this time talking to him on the phone, connecting with him, and then all of a sudden, he stopped talking to you, you find out he's doing the same thing with old girl down the road. You feel a certain kind of way. I want y'all to be honest.
I could be hurt.
You crazy. Now you so you calling Raheem, you like, what's up Raheem? You A, B, and C. Or you like, man, Stephanie played me.
No, not
That right there is a connection that would arrive. You get what I'm saying? The connection is, I'm looking forward to your text in the morning. I'm looking forward to seeing you when you come to school. I'm looking forward to talking to you. That's a connection on one level. Now imagine when you give yourself physically to someone. So not only do you have a connection that is kind of like, I would give it like an attachment of some sort. So you physically connect with this person. That every time you see this person, your heart kind of beat a little fast.
Almost pee on yourself.
That's called a bladder issue. Yeah, that's a whole other issue. That's a free clinic issue. But listen, so when you physically connect with someone like that, imagine my excitement from wanting to see you, talk to you, listen, read that text message, to now I'm physically connected with you, and then all of a sudden that thing is broke. That you not connected with that man anymore, or that woman anymore physically. They don't see you in any texts anymore. Not only are you gonna feel a certain kind of way, but even when you're in the presence of that person, whether it's bad, your body gonna react a certain kind of way. That's what a soul tie is. I allow my soul to connect with another person's soul, and I give them a part of myself. So y'all say y'all have all these bodies. Let's just talk real. You say you have all these bodies. This is y'all generation. I got body counts. You know, no, seriously. But follow me. Y'all got all these body counts. When the reality of it is, women is stripping you of who you were originally, and men think they big and bad. But the more women they sleep with, it's showing that they are more insecure. So two people are being robbed. From who you want to be. You get what I'm saying? This is the reality. Because let me tell you something. I saw this guy. I probably dated him. I was in high school probably 20 some years ago. 97, do the math. And I saw Raheem in a grocery store and I was like, ugh. I wish I could just go get my stuff back. Yes. You get what I'm saying? And this is 20 some years. So what I'm trying to say is, think before you connect yourself with someone. That's all I'm saying. Y'all got too much going on for you to be connecting yourself with everybody. You know, your left ear is over here in booty. Your right butt cheek is over there in Florida, and your mind is over there back there in Mexico. It's just too much. You need to gather all your body parts and reclaim yourself. That's all I'm saying. Did y'all understand? Was that pretty clear? All right. So, I want to close this out. It's 8:22. I know y'all parents probably looking for y'all's school night.
I don't got school.
Well, we have school-age kids. Yeah. I want to get your quick feedback on how y'all think the first team talk went.
I like it.
Like,
Yeah. Wish we had more time.
Yeah, see you later.
huh? Y'all want to do this on a weekly basis? Yeah. Relax. Everybody, our goal is to do this once a month. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, I wanted to get a sense of who was all here, who was going to come, because we're probably going to make it more livelier, with more insight from parents, more kids, because like I said, I get DM'd all the time asking questions. This episode, what we talked about today if you're okay with it, I'm gonna release it on the podcast for y'all to follow. And we're gonna have a live forum coming up that we're gonna sit, talk, and live stream and answer any questions. If y'all okay with that, huh?
She just said great